Hello. Today I would just like to go through a very basic concept. So it's okay for beginners and new students of business and economics. We always refer to the idea that competition is good and the lack of competition, which is collusion, is bad. And I'd just like to give a real world example, a very simple real world example of why that is. When you win a football match, you get 3 points. If you draw a football match, you get 1 point. If you lose, you get 0 points. Sorry. In a normal season, teams will play each other twice. Now, assuming that every team is equal, we make the assumption that both Chelsea and Arsenal are of equal ability. And more importantly, that both teams, Chelsea and Arsenal, have perfect knowledge that they are equal. Like Chelsea knows that they are equally as good as Arsenal, and Arsenal knows they're equally as good as Chelsea. And in real life, if they competed, they would be likely to draw. So if they had fair competition, they would draw both matches and they would both receive 2 points each, right? On the other hand, because Chelsea and Arsenal know they're likely to draw, it would be in their best interest to actually cooperate or collude with each other to say that, okay, if we are only getting 2 points by competing, maybe it's better for us if one of us won the first match, Chelsea wins the first match, and then later on we lose the second match so that Arsenal could. In that case, then each team would have 3 points, which is a lot higher than total points of 2 points. So the result of that collusion is that for all 4 teams, because Chelsea and Arsenal, they colluded. They played 2 matches and they agreed to win 1 match each. They got 3 points. Manchester United and Tottenham, who are also equal ability but did not collude, they drew. And they only got 2 points each. So in the league standings, you would see that Chelsea and Arsenal shared first place by having 3 points, and Manchester United and Tottenham had to share third place, or third and fourth place, because they only got 2 points. You can see the financial benefits of competing. Because they have shared first place, both Chelsea and Arsenal got 3.5 million, and Manchester United and Tottenham had to share and get 1.5 million. So by colluding, Chelsea and Arsenal got larger share. They got 2 million more than Manchester United and Tottenham. So if that's the case, we would have to go back and think, well, maybe it's better for everyone if they colluded. Who are the winners of the collusion? The winners of the collusion, obviously Chelsea and Arsenal here. The colluding teams and the fans of the colluding teams, which would be in the real world, in the business world, will be their shareholders, the companies and the shareholders. Whereas the losers would be the other teams, which would be Manchester United and Tottenham. The real-world equivalents would be the shareholders. So if that's the case, you would have winners and losers, just the teams. But there are other stakeholders as well, apart from the fans and the teams. You also have the neutral match audience, which in the real world would be represented by the consumers. The consumers who came in and wanted to watch a competitive football match suffered because of a decreased product quality. If Chelsea and Arsenal were already cooperating and knew that they were going to basically throw a match, how much effort do you think those colluding teams put in? Probably not very much at all. The losing team does not have to do much, and the coaching and the players, they would not run very hard. So the quality of the match would be pretty poor. So apart from that, you also have the problem of, or possibly the most important problem of fair play. It is extremely unfair to their other competitors that these two cooperated and basically cheated. Cheating and unethical actions just show poor business practice. In the short term, the cheaters, which are Chelsea and Arsenal, benefit. But in the long run, what actually happens is that people, basically the consumers or the match audience, they get frustrated or upset because what they're expecting, the product they're expecting, was a sporting competition. What they got instead was a fake show. So that leads to disappointment for consumer, and in the long term, reputational damage for the sport, which is the industry. So in the short run, basically, the colluding teams benefit from not competing, but other stakeholders, which are the non-colluding competitors, suffer. The shareholders or the fans of those companies or competitors suffer. The consumers suffer because the product is not as advertised, and the industry overall suffers from reputational damage. Okay. And that's it.